obviously, 2 hours, 2 minutes, 38 seconds, or 122 minutes and 38 seconds is quite a long time to be running for.
Yes.
But a short time to run 26 miles in.
Yes.
I think, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yes. It's a fast marathon time is what you're trying to say. Yes. Yes. Second fastest in the world.
So it made me think what else you could do in 122 minutes and 38 seconds.
I wonder where we could be going with this.
So I came up
It's
with
the middle of the show.
I've come up with a game
Hooray!
called For the Longest Time.
Oh. They're out there running fast, not for a buck or dime, smashing all these records. It should be a crime, but what else can they do for the longest time?
So I have found some of the longest matches in sporting history. You have to tell me whether they are longer, whether the matches lasted longer
Yeah.
than 122 minutes and 38 seconds,
Yeah.
or shorter.
I like it.
Yep,
Yeah.
simple.
Good.
So we'll start with the NHL.
Oh.
Longest ever NHL game was between the Detroit Red Wings and Montreal Maroons.
Awful name.
In
That's not what they're called.
In 1936.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's what they're called anymore. Is it? Is it the,
No.
the Canadians? Are
Yeah,
they from Montreal?
Canadians, yeah. Detroit won 1-0.
1-0. Oh my.
But did it last longer than 122 minutes or shorter?
Oh, okay. Okay. So, I guess in 1936, timings might have been different. I feel like ice hockey's, they only play 3 periods.
Yes.
And the periods are 15 minutes?
20 minutes, I
Are they
think.
20? Okay, so an hour regular time. And then they play overtime. And they just keep playing overtime, don't they? All American sports, they just keep playing overtime until someone wins.
So now in ice hockey, they play overtime. They play a few periods of overtime and then go to penalty shootout.
Ah, did they?
Yes, and you get a point if you're still drawing at the end of overtime.
Right. So they get a draw point.
Yeah.
Right.
But then the team who wins gets the win point still.
Okay. Ah, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
But not in 1936.
So this game could have gone on forever.
Yes.
And what was his time again? 2 hours, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 hours, 2 minutes. Then I'm going to say that it went longer. I think they went more than 3 periods of overtime.
You're right. Yes. They went 6 periods of overtime.
Oh my God.
And it amounted in 176 minutes and 30 seconds of playing time.
Whoa. So did they just stop when they scored the goal?
Yeah.
Oh, really? How? That must have been so bad.
I've forgotten how to skate.
Maybe they didn't have any skates. Just walking around on the ice, just constantly falling over. I can't understand any other way that you could not score. To not score for... how long were we talking? 3 hours?
Yeah.
Nearly 3 hours of not scoring.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Maybe they just had 2 really good goalies.
Maybe. Just like tons and tons of shots.
Yeah.
Longest NBA game.
Mm.
1951. The longest NBA game was played between the Indianapolis Olympians
Ooh.
and Rochester Royals.
Wow. Neither of them exist anymore.
But was the total playing time longer than 122 minutes or shorter?
Okay. Basketball, they play 4 12-minute quarters now. Whether they did in those days. This would be before the NBA, won't it?
It was an NBA game, apparently.
Yeah, so it would have been before the NBA merged, with the ABA
Yes.
and stuff. They wouldn't have been the only basketball league. So it may have been different in those days. I don't know.
It was a bit different.
Okay.
So, despite being the longest NBA game ever, it finished 75-73.
Ooh, that's low as well.
No shot clock was in effect.
Ah, That would be a problem. Yeah, that would be a problem. Just hold on to it, boys. Hold on to it for one chance in overtime. Like that game we played against Danger. We just held the disc for hours. Okay. No shot clock. So that means it could have gone on for a long time. I'm going to say on this one, shorter. I think shorter. They couldn't have not scored that much, I don't think, in basketball.
They played 6 periods of overtime.
Oh my.
During which a total of 23 shots between them. Such a boring game.
American fans would have been awful. They would have hated that so much.
Yep.
They don't like 10 seconds without some action.
But it only amounted to 78 minutes of playing time.
Total?
Yeah.
Really? How short were the games? Like 5-minute periods? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you got that one right as well.
Yeah. 6 overtimes.
Longest ever botching.
Botching.
Botcha.
Botching.
Longest ever boxing match.
Uh-huh.
This was between Andy Bowen and Jack Burke in 1893.
Mm-hmm.
Did it last longer than 122 minutes or shorter?
Oh, boxing match. It can't have gone past 2 hours. It can't have. They would have died.
Yeah.
They would have died of exhaustion or something. Yeah, no, I don't think it can have done. Surely not.
It went 110 rounds.
What?
Between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. 7 hours.
That is bonkers.
And it was deemed a draw when both were too exhausted to continue.
That is insane. Is that real?
According to the website I read.
What year did you say this was in?
1893.
Okay, right, yeah, they did mad things back then,
Different era.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Longest ever baseball game.
No, I'm going to say straight away that this one is longer because a regular baseball game goes that long.
How much longer?
Go on, give me the question. What's the...
So it was in 1984 between the Milwaukee Brewers and Chicago White Sox. Mm-hmm. It went 25 innings.
Oh, they don't do that anymore, do they? Do they have overtime innings?
I don't know.
I thought, maybe they do. They only have 9 regular innings, don't they? So 25 is a lot.
It is.
I'm going to say it went 9 hours.
Oh, 8 hours, 6 minutes.
Oh, it's close.
You still get a point, though,
yes,
for going longer.
It's very obvious with baseball.
Yeah.
Regular baseball games are interminably long.
Yeah. So far, you have 3 out of 4.
Doing all right, I know. Doing all right. 2 weeks in a row, I'm doing well.
Longest NFL game. This was in 1971 between 1971 AFC divisional playoff between Miami Dolphins and Kansas City Chiefs. Played on Christmas Day.
Oh.
It's not a day when you want to run long.
Or maybe it is. If you don't like your family.
Just keep going, lads. Hold on.
Coaches like, we're going to call defensive plays all the way through.
But was the total playing time longer than 122 minutes?
So we're talking time on the pitch or time that the game went on for?
Time, so playing time, like time the clock was running.
Clock time, okay. 122 minutes. How long is American football? They play 4 quarters. I think they're 10-minute quarters, 10-minute playtime quarters. So that's a lot.
I don't know.
That would need to be, but again, 1971 game rules might have been different. It's going to need to be a lot of overtime anyway to get...
To be the longest NFL game, it has to be.
But yeah, it's to be the longest ever. I'm going to go shorter, I think.
You're going to go shorter?
Yeah, I think so.
It went 7 minutes and 40 seconds into the second period of overtime.
Oh.
So it ran for 82 minutes.
Yes!
Total playing time.
Yes!
So you scored
Oh, I've killed it again.
4 out of 5.
2 weeks in a row.
I think my quizzes are too easy.
You're making easy quizzes, or I just know you. I know the pattern of your answers. In a first, I've also written a quiz about marathons. Just out of nowhere. I don't know why we've both written one about the marathon that was like the smallest bit of our show, but we both came with quizzes this week. So I'm going to go for a second round of For the Longest Time.
But what else can they do for the longest time?
Okay, so my quiz was inspired by a quiz you did a while ago.
Ooh.
The Forbes quiz. You remember that one? Where it was
yes.
how many can he buy? So this is... I looked up some of the records that were broken this weekend in the London Marathon, based on the Big Ben one. So records, not regular records, but costume records. So these people have broken records in costumes, and I've come up with things that they could have done in similar time.
Right.
So you'll see from question 1 where we're going with this. Question 1. David Corse this weekend broke the record for fastest marathon run dressed as a skeleton. He ran it in 3 hours, 8 minutes and 59 seconds.
That's real quick.
Very quick. Although dressed as a skeleton, it's going to be quite lightweight, isn't it? And probably lycra. So actually, it's quite slow. He should have done better. But how many X-rays could he have had in the time it took him to run the marathon?
Can I use a calculator?
No. I took this from the internet. This is how long the internet says it takes to do an X-ray.
So an X-ray takes, in my sort of experience...
Yeah, this is not including waiting time, by the way.
About 6 months.
Ruined your joke.
2 weeks for
the results to come back. 2 weeks for them to lose the results. Put them down the back of the sofa. No, this is just the physical act of taking an X-ray with the machine, not
it's like milliseconds. Surely.
Well,
half a second.
It's the time
it takes them to click a button.
No, from you walking through the door,
Wow.
getting into the position, having the X-ray taken, and getting back out, I guess.
Oh, I reckon they've tried to get it down to 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can use a calculator. Why not? I'll let you use a calculator because dividing 3 hours by 3 minutes is going to be tough. So.
I know you can. So that's 20 in an hour.
Yeah.
So
we did it in 3 hours and 8.
So 60.
So 62.
62.
Yeah.
62 X-rays.
What are you going to go for? According to InsiderRadiology.com.
Oh, where all the radiologists go for their fun facts.
Yeah, that's right. This is the biggest site for radiologists. It's like Twitter, but for radiologists. According to that website, it takes 15 minutes to do an X-ray. That's what it says. It says it usually takes less than 15 minutes, but it's 15 minutes. That's the number that they said.
I thought you just get them in and out.
No, this is for an entire body X-ray. They're doing all of it, up and down.
One bone at a time.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. So, using that maths, he could have had 12 X-rays in the time that he could have done the marathon. So, incorrect. Where's my cross? Where's my pen?
No, you can borrow mine.
I'm going to steal it. Give you a cross. I would have given you within 2, I think. It's a low number. Question 2. Fiona Henderson this weekend broke the record for fastest marathon run dressed as a tooth. She ran it in 3 hours and 51 minutes, 17 seconds. How many silver fillings could you have had fitted in that time?
Ooh.
According to sharecare.com.
So do you need an injection?
Yes. You do to have a filling done.
And that takes time to go numb.
Yes. I don't think they factored that into this time. I think it was once it's already numb. How long did it take for them to fit?
I'm going to say it feels like ages when you're in the chair.
It does. It feels like an eternity. You feel like you'd rather be running a marathon at this stage.
15 minutes. I'm going to say 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
15 minutes, the maths is easier.
Yeah, do it 15. It's easier.
No, but that's the same as the X-ray. Nah.
I will, before you give your answer, I will give you this if you can get it within 3 of the answer.
I say 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So you do 3 an hour. 3 hours 50, did you say?
Yep.
So
Basically 4 hours. So just less than 4.
so 12.
Yeah.
11, 12. I'm going to say you could do 11.
You've got it on the nose. It is according to sharecare.com, it is exactly 20 minutes to get a silver filling fitted. 11 fillings she could have had. What a lovely mouth she would have had. She would look like Goldie, wouldn't she? Question 3. Philip Rose broke the record for fastest marathon dressed as an astronomical body when he ran dressed as the sun. Now,
My body's pretty astronomical.
I think that is a weird one, a weird category for them to have had.
Yeah.
Astronomical body, that could be anything.
So I assume people are running as not just suns, but moons,
Black holes, Neptune, oh no,
wormholes.
Pluto the dog.
Ran it in minus 2 hours.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. That's a science joke. I like it. So, he ran it in 3 hours, 52 minutes and 40 seconds.
All of these are faster than mine. How rubbish is that?
But these are all people who've done it a few times and are trying to give themselves an extra challenge.
As different astronomical bodies.
Yeah, they just keep
Pluto was
doing
his
it as different
fastest.
ones. Pluto's the smallest, so yeah, smart. So, how many times back and forth from the sun could a photon of light made that journey in the time it took for Philip Rose to do the marathon?
Oh, doesn't it take like 8 minutes?
Not telling.
Have I read that? Is that right?
Maybe.
Yep.
That might be right.
8 minutes?
Yeah,
Yep.
maybe.
Yep,
Maybe.
8 minutes. Something can go between
Yeah. Between somewhere and somewhere else in 8 minutes. You're thinking of me driving to work, aren't you? That's what you're thinking.
So proton bars in his little car coming from
We're driving to the sun. And back.
yeah, 8 minutes I reckon.
Yeah, okay.
How long?
3 hours and 52.
We'll call it 10 minutes.
Yeah,
So
I'll give you it within 5. if you get
six
it within
times
5.
6 times in an hour.
Yeah.
So 18, 23, is it 24 times?
It's 28 times, and I will give you that because I said within 5. Perfect. Yeah, it is 8 minutes 20 that it takes for a photon of light to get from the sun to our planet Earth. So it could have done there and back in 8 minutes. Oh no, so 16 minutes there and back. Yeah, very good. You actually knew one.
Yeah.
Impressive. Let's see whether you know this next one. You've got 2 out of 3 so far.
That's good.
Doing very well. Competing against me, so you've got to get these last 2 right. Question 4. Sally Orange broke the world record for fastest marathon dressed as a nut, which she is, a nut. She ran it in 4 hours and 9 minutes and 51 seconds. Is that faster than you?
No.
Ah, fuck you, Sally, there. So, she ran it in 4 hours, 9:51. Assuming that she went at the world record pace, how many nuts could she crack using only her bottom in that time?
The world record pace of nut cracking
With your bottom.
with bottoms.
Yes.
What
Set
kind of nuts is she cracking?
walnuts.
Oh, the hardest of all the nuts.
You wouldn't know. Almonds. You would not want to be cracking an almond with your bum. It'd be impossible.
Pistachios. You have to prise them open.
You'd need a lot of bum dexterity for that, I think. No, this was set by Tomohiro Shoji, who is Japanese. Where else? Where else could he be from?
And massive.
No, actually quite small. Just very, all in the technique. A lot of tailbone, I think, personally. So he set the record in 1 minute. So I will give you half a mark if you can guess within 5 how many he sat on in 1 minute.
In a minute.
Yeah, and cracked.
I'm going to say 20. No, I think I've overestimated. 1 every 3 seconds? 20.
You reckon 20?
Yeah, 1 every 3 seconds.
Okay, and then work that into a number for the marathon. So 20 a minute means times 60, 1,200 an hour.
Oh, that seems ridiculous, doesn't
That's
it?
a lot, isn't it?
1,200 an hour.
20 and then 4 hours. So 4,800, about 5,000. Is that your guess?
Yeah.
I'd give you it within 2,000, but you are not right. He cracked 43 walnuts with his bottom.
Oh, wow.
I watched the video as well.
Almost 1 a second.
They're set out in a line, like about 30, 40 centimetres, and he just slam, up, slam, 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 like moving forwards as he slams. So he's just up and down, straight up and down, like a hole punch. It's so amazing. I say amazing, ridiculous is the word I mean. So no, he could have smashed 10,700 walnuts in the time that it took her to run the marathon had he kept that pace up. But hard to keep the pace up, though, isn't it?
There's a reason they only do it over a minute.
Yes, because a bum would get sore. 10,700, you wouldn't have a bum left. Sand it off. Okay, one last one. Question 10. Andrew Taylor broke the record for fastest mythological beast to have won a marathon dressed as a unicorn.
Ooh.
He ran it in 3 hours and 58 minutes and 5 seconds. Bill Gates makes £18,000 every minute. So in that time would have made £4.28 million in the time that would have taken Andrew Taylor to run the marathon.
Mm-hmm.
How many unicorn horns in 1560, in the year 1560, could Bill Gates have bought for that money? I say 1560 because that is the only time that I could find a recorded sale of a unicorn horn. It was sold by some German merchants to the Pope.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that, are you? You can't con the Pope.
In 1560, you did whatever you wanted.
1560, so what, like a shilling?
It was in...
Is it giving you $1?
It was giving me a pound figure, yes. It was
okay.
It was sold in scudi, which was the Italian currency, I guess, at the time, or papal currency, maybe. But they gave me a pound conversion, so I know how much it cost in pounds in that money in those days.
Yeah.
They apparently sold powdered unicorn horn in London up until the mid 1700s.
Idiots.
Yeah. It was thought to have a lot of health benefits. Turned out it was just heroin they were selling there. I don't know if it was.
Chase the dragon.
Chase the unicorn.
So in the 16th century, a unicorn horn would have cost you, I think, between £25 and £50.
Okay.
Yep. Fairly sure about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and the church had a lot of money.
So put that into £4.28 million, and how many could you have bought?
We'll say £50.
Yep.
So
probably do need a calculator for this one.
Let me get my calculator.
Yep. Get your abacus out for the lads.
Wait.
4.28 million.
Yep. Divided by 50.
50 quid.
85,000 unicorn horns.
Is that your order for today's dinner?
Yes.
The correct answer is 238, the exact number of minutes that it took Andrew Taylor to run the marathon. A unicorn horn was sold in 1560 for £18,000 to the Pope.
What? Nobody had that much money then.
The Pope did. The Pope had all the money. You have to remember that the Pope in those days was literally the leader of the free world at that point because Catholicism was massive.
An idiot, though.
An idiot, yeah. But they've paid more for less. So, yes, Bill Gates could have bought 238 in the 3 hours, 4 hours that it took Andrew Taylor to run. So, you only got 2 out of 5.
Rubbish.
So it turns out I'm the better marathon runner of the two of us. Who would have thought that?
They're out there running fast, not for a buck or dime, smashing all these records. It should be a crime, but what else can they do for the longest time?